We are live. It's your boy, Darnold Jr., your favorite insurance agent. And if you are viewing this live, go ahead in the comments, put hashtag live. If you are watching the replay, put hashtag replay. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day, your busy schedule to come check this out and find out what in the world is forex. I have some amazing gentlemen on that's going to be able to answer that question. But before I bring them on, the reason I started this station is because financial literacy is one of the things that I feel like our education system is lacking. And I feel like people perish for the lack of knowledge. And so the purpose of the station is to be able to give you the knowledge on different financial, personal finances. And the thing is, it's not just me interviewing the guests, but guess what? You as the viewer gets to type in your comments and ask the guests their questions too. So as we're going through this, think of the questions you have for our guests today, type them in the comments. We'll put the comment live on the screen and they'll be able to address it live. So I appreciate you for taking time out to check this out, and let's get lit. All right, so for today's guest, I actually have two gentlemen. Historically, this is the first time ever on the channel that I ever had two people at the same time, but I think it's going to be twice as good since we have two gentlemen. One, his name is Logan, and the other one is Tailon. And so with that, let me bring them on. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. I appreciate you guys for taking time out of your schedule to come on my YouTube station. And before we get started, let's do a couple introductions. We'll start with you, Logan. What's your background? What are you up to?
Man, that's a tricky question because I'm always up to something.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm actually 22, almost 23, just graduated college with a, believe it or not, a business administration degree with a concentration in sports management, right? And you're like, what in the world? Why is a sports management guy involved in this? But yeah, so just recently graduated, started this company with Tailon, and, now we're teaching people not only just forex, but, investments and financial literacy stuff. So really excited to be on and talk about this interesting topic that we got going on today.
Perfect. So this might be a match made in heaven, right? I might have to have you guys on a couple of times, talk about various subjects.
Wouldn't be opposed to it.
All right. Tailon, how about you?
Yeah, so as they said, my name is Tailon. Been doing this since really got started in about July. Started with just teach people about investments and realized it was bigger than that. There was more of a need to teach people about financial education. Just looking at my background coming out of high school, I didn't really know much about credit, taxes, and that's just stuff that's lacking. Like you said, is lacking in the educational system, and we saw a need that we really wanted to fit. So that's where me and Logan really partnered up and been working together since July for free, teaching people for free for a while. We just got to the point where there is a small fee, but for the most part, we've been doing this for free, trying to educate and just help people get a better understanding of how to get their finances and make their finances turn into something more, not just you get it and you hold on to it, but get it and start taking some of it to make it turn into something else. So, really, and just enjoy the process of doing this and looking forward to the journey ahead of the more people will be able to impact. So
That's super exciting. So how in the world did you guys meet? Because Logan, you're in Florida, and Tailon, you're up in Illinois. Like, how in the world did that happen?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of funny. The journey, it really both started with us with forex. A lot of people hear about a lot of the MLM companies out there, and that's kind of the way that we both got introduced to forex. We didn't know there was other opportunities. Like, you don't have to be part of a network marketing company to learn about forex. There was a misconception, so we kind of did it through multiple opportunities, and in that didn't like the felt like it was just more so about, hey, bring somebody in so you can get paid, and that's not what we're about. And we're really about just helping people like change your situation, not necessarily changing mine. Like, I know whatever I do in my life, the things I go and put my hands on or whatever, like it's gonna turn into something. So I'm gonna be good, but I want to help other people, change their situations as well. And that was kind of me and him really just clicked on that and been working together since then.
No, it's
That's
true.
awesome.
And it's crazy because like when we first started this whole thing, I mean, I looked up to Tailon like crazy. I mean, I came in and I knew nothing, and Tay had already been in for a little while, so he knew some stuff, and it was crazy because I looked up to him, and then all of a sudden, that role kind of reversed, and it became slowly a partnership, and then it became a friendship, and now it's turned into a business, and now it's just the both of us. Like you said, we have a vision to educate and change the next generation. Uh,
Mhm.
through this stuff, and it's crazy because you don't meet a whole lot of people like that in your lifetime. There's not a lot of people that are willing to say, um, I'm willing to give up money in order to change somebody. A lot of
Mhm.
people are possessed with wanting to get rich quick, and that's never been anything that I've seen out of Tay ever. I've never heard him once say, I want to charge people this much, and let's never, ever, ever once. So, it's rare to find people like that, and so naturally, throughout, like you said, the multiple opportunities, we just kind of
Just grew together for real.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
So that's super exciting. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the subject because I bet the audience is chopping at the bits. They're like, what in the world is forex? Like they probably heard it thrown out. I've heard it thrown out. I kind of have an idea, but you guys are the experts, so that's why I brought you guys on. And so let's dive in. What is forex?
Whew. Well, so forex it stands for the foreign exchange market. It's crazy because a lot of people, like we said, a lot of people get misconstrued about that because of the MLM background. Okay, and they think that forex is a scam, not because it itself forex is a scam, but because of what they've heard from MLM companies. And so, what it actually is, foreign exchange, it's basically trading one currency against another. Um, so, it's not anything scandalous. It's not crazy. It's actually one of the most tradable and easiest to get into markets that you can get into today. Um, there's a lot of opportunities for younger kids to get involved. There's a lot of opportunities for older people to get involved. If you know anything about stocks, you will come in with a lot of experience in terms of forex, and you'll be able to see things and move quicker than most people, as opposed to somebody who doesn't have any experience at all. So, but that's basically what it is. You just trade one currency against another to make a profit. Most people do this when they travel out of the country. You may not have even noticed that you did this, but you do. Tay, you got an example of that, maybe?
And just honestly, like you said, if you go out the country, let's say you were to go to Mexico and you had to exchange your U.S. dollar for pesos, you just engaged in trading in the foreign exchange market.
Mhm.
And based on whatever is going on with that market, if the price of one goes up and the other goes down, let's say you give them $100 when they give you your money back from pesos to U.S. dollars, you could possibly get more money. So that's the foreign exchange market. But now we have access because of technology to trade it on our phones. You don't have to travel to this country or this country to try to exchange your currencies. You can do it from your phone.
Mhm.
So what in the world? I've been doing forex and I didn't even know it because I've been to Mexico several times, been to Philippines, been to Africa, been
Mhm.
to all these countries, and I was doing forex exchange and did not know it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So I hear that forex isn't just currencies, isn't it commodities, correct?
It's everything. You can trade. It's funny because I have a buddy of mine that literally trades soybeans. That is all he.
Soybeans.
It's soybeans. Oh, you would
Wow.
never believe you could trade soybeans, but yeah, you can trade soybeans. You could trade oil, gold, silver. Typically, those are the more popular ones, gold and silver. But you can also trade uh, actual stocks, and that's what makes forex cool. Because in the stock market, you buy something and you anticipate that it's going to go up. And that's how you make a profit, is if that stock increases. Whereas Forex, you can buy or sell and make money on both ends of the market. With stocks, that's a very, I don't want to say lucrative because it kind of has a bad feeling to it, but it does entice people more to come to forex and start trading it, because if they are very familiar with a stock and they like a certain company, they can just sit there and watch that stock go up and down and make money on both ends of the market. So it's really a beautiful thing that you can utilize. Like I said, there's plenty of other examples of stuff you can do. You can trade indexes, which wouldn't recommend if you are a beginner. That's definitely something further on down the road that we could talk about for sure. But basically anything that is on a market, some kind of financial market, you can trade it. And that's what makes forex cool to me, at least, is the ability to have a range of things to trade from. So
excellent. So how would somebody go about getting started in it? Because I know, like with the stock market, I personally use Robinhood, and Robinhood went through the ringer this past week with all the drama with the GameStop stock and AMC stock. But how would somebody get involved with forex?
Yeah, so honestly, so there's two apps that you could use, either MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. But first you have to identify what broker you would like to use. I'm not going to come on here and tell people what brokers to use. There's a broker that I use and Logan uses, but if you want to learn more about that, you can contact us personally and we'll get that information out. But those are the two ways. Some brokers work with MetaTrader 4, some work with MetaTrader 5, and that kind of is where you get started. You make your deposit, and then you go ahead and get started. They also have demo accounts that you practice on, which we recommend everybody that comes through our educational system. We'll show you how to open up your live account, but we really recommend that you start trading on your demo so you're not losing money, because when you start, you're going to lose. Like, that's just nature of the beast, like you're learning, but if we can get you to be profitable in a demo, then we can get you to be profitable without the demo, and that's kind of what we really like. Through our educational system, we try to build a foundation and just have a course that can teach you different strategies that we use and things that we've done that have made us profitable, and hopefully it'll be able to help whoever decides to join our educational platform.
Excellent. So what you recommend starting, like, obviously you want people to paper trade first, meaning not using real money. But after that, how much do you recommend people starting with? Like $1, $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, or?
It's really up to that individual. I would not recommend starting with $1. That is a little, but if you have like $50, $100, and if you're willing to risk that, then put that in the account. Whatever you feel comfortable risking, don't put more in there. If you don't have it, don't put it in there. Put what you can put in there, and that's the misconception a lot of people do. They're like, oh, I don't have no money, and they think forex is like you said at the beginning, a get rich quick scheme, and that's not the case. This is an investment. It's just like the stock market. It's just like if you're trying to buy real estate, treat it as such, and you'll become profitable in it just as you would in any other investment, right? So put what you're willing to risk, and what you feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable that you can function if you were to lose this, that's how much you put in. Because at the end of the day, anytime you do an investment, you're risking. It's a probability that you could lose. It's a probability that you'll win. So,
yep. When I first started, all I put was $50 in.
Same.
And traded that up to, I think it was like 200-300. That took some out. Then traded that back up and took some more out and traded it back up. So yeah, I mean, like Tay said, definitely make sure you don't. I do want to emphasize: do not put an amount in there that you cannot live without. Okay, because I've come across a lot of people who they will put credit cards on there and they will trade with credit, and that is not an advisable idea. Please do not do that, because just as easy as you can make it, you can lose it. And that's something that we teach as well, is risk management. So you got to be smart about how much you put in, and then work slowly to get to that point where, you won't have to worry about how much money is in your account.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So obviously you guys have been doing it for a while, but what is one thing that you wish you knew when you first started? So if you were able to speak to yourself day one, what would you have told yourself?
Mm. Oh, I know what it is. I would say, personally, like listen to all the profitable strategies and find what works for you. You know,
Mm.
I was trying to, oh, this worked for that person. Let me try to do X, Y, and Z. And it's like, if I can't operate like that, I don't see it the same way they do. That's not working for me. You know, so trying to identify, okay, holds true regardless, and then finding your own niche. How does this work for me now?
Yeah, I would say for me, when I first came into forex, it's kind of a cutthroat deal when you start talking about strategies and how to trade and stuff like that. And it kind of what Tailon was alluding to. You know, if somebody has a successful strategy, don't put them down over it.
Mhm.
When I first came in, there was a lot of people that, because they believed one way, well, that they're just completely wrong. There's no way that they can ever make money. And I was a part of that group of people that was all against that. And I look back at that and go, wow, if I would have just realized that everybody can be profitable, and instead of fighting the system or fighting against one another, why don't you come together and use it to, come together and make one big uh, cumulative, strategy, then you'll be much better off. I use the analogy of a toolbox, right? If you're building a birdhouse, I'm not just going to use a screwdriver to build a birdhouse. There's no way it's going to get done. Why limit myself to that when I have
Mm,
a hammer and nails and a screwdriver and screws and all these other tools? So, you may not have one strategy per se. I personally don't have one strategy that I use. It's a lot of different strategies that I've learned, my own strategies. Other people have kind of showed me some stuff here and there, and together, collectively, it makes one strategy that is very profitable for me. And what
excellent.
worked for me may not work for whoever's watching. You just kind of have to test the waters, and that's why we recommend getting a demo account and really becoming profitable on that before you advance to the next section.
Yeah, awesome. That makes a lot of sense. So we're going to open it up to the audience here in a second. But before we do that, I have one last question for you guys. So what books would you recommend as far as Forex is concerned?
Oh, I
Mm.
got one off top. The Candlestick Bible.
The
Ooh.
Number
Candlestick
one.
Bible.
The
What's
Candlestick
one of the
Bible.
biggest lessons you learned out of that one?
It just helps you understand just in general what a single candle is, because that's a big part of understanding the markets. It helps you with the stock and the foreign exchange market, because each candle is price, so it tells you how far price has moved in that time. And a lot of people, like, like we were saying, sometimes there's people that they teach one way and they're like, oh, don't worry about that, but that's a big portion of, like, when you look at the chart, first thing you see is candles. So
Mhm.
that's a crucial thing that you need to know. Um, if you cannot find that information, reach out to one of us or come join the website, come join the community. We have it on the website as well. So just plug in.
Yep.
Excellent.
I would say my book, while it's not a forex related book, this is more of a mental adjustment type of book, and that's something that we stress too, just within
Mhm.
our community. It's a book called Good to Great by Jim
Hmm.
Collins. Okay, I
Jim
don't know.
Collins. Yep,
I don't know if you guys have ever read into that or know who he is, but
definitely.
Jim Collins writes a great book, Good to Great, where basically he's analyzing businesses and giving them a grade and then explaining why are they great. The reason why I would say for people wanting to get into forex is because we'll replace that business and put in a strategy, right? Put in a
Hmm.
strategy, and there's a lot of mental stuff that goes into that as well. With trading, I always say 80% of it's mental,
For sure.
because if you don't have your mental psyche under control, you're not going to be profitable. You're going to be a very emotional trader, and it's going to cause a lot of issues for you in the future. So, his book really dives into, don't be okay with just okay.
Mm.
You need to move to the next level. And how do you do that? And that's to go and get more education and more education and more education. And then not even just that, but make a process. Okay, cool. Now start the process and start going and then going and it just keeps going on and on and on. So that would be my book that I would recommend.
Oh, that's an amazing book. I think I actually have it right here, actually. Boom!
There it is. I love it.
It's a great. Yeah, so crazy story about this book. My degree was entrepreneurship at Baylor University. And we actually had a couple entrepreneurs come talk to our class. And he actually recommended the same book that you recommended. But he went over and above, and he actually sent me a free copy of it, and he signed it and everything. And he was really encouraging, and I still have it to this day. I've been having this book over a decade now, and absolutely recommend it also. Good to Great is phenomenal.
That book. If you can't get a hold of that book, there are ways to get a hold of it for free. There's a reason why people love that book so much.
For sure. So we do have a couple of questions from the audience. So let's put that up on the screen. So first one, who are your mentors and how do you find them?
I can't. So disclosure, we can't give out our mentors like that.
Yeah.
No, honestly, we have a lot of different mentors as well. I wouldn't say there's one specific person. Like we said, we try to learn for as many people as possible that have really been successful in this. Just like with business, you want to learn from people. How many people have been successful and take the good and the bad, and what didn't work, what did work, and apply it. So that's kind of been what we've been through. How did we find them? I personally, I just did a lot of research and I found them, listened to them. If I could understand what they're saying and if I applied it on my demo account and it worked, I kept doing it and I would keep practicing it. If I applied it on my demo account and I lost money, I was like, I don't know about this. So personally, that was how I found my mentors. And then just as you become in the industry, sometimes you'll get connected with people that are better than you, and you'll be able to learn from them as well and be able to get on calls with them. And they've also helped us in that journey as well. So
I'm with you on that. I can't really put all of our mentors on blast like that and forecast it because they'll be calling me asking what in the world's going on. But I agree. Yeah, I mean, and here's the crazy thing about mentors, right? There's a lot of people that put an emphasis on, well, let me go find a mentor and then study underneath that mentor. And you believe that the success comes from the mentor. And something that I've learned through forex is don't just look for a mentor and then take a back seat and just sit there and watch. Okay. Find you, like Tay said, find somebody, go on YouTube. There's tons of people on YouTube. I mean, you can come and join our community.
Even if you don't want to join it, just contact us, DM us.
Oh, we are more than willing to help people. We've been doing, like Tay said, we've been doing this for free for a while, so we don't mind helping people out for sure. But while you're learning, don't become complacent. Become your own mentor so that the next person behind you has somebody to look up to. And so that's kind of what I would say. And naturally you'll find them. As you get involved with forex as well.
That's just practice. That's one of the biggest things.
Well, that's definitely a great segue to your contact information. So how can people get a hold of you guys?
So our website is learningcurveltp.com. On social medias, if you want to get a hold of us that way, Learning Curve LTP. That's on Instagram, Facebook. We got a LinkedIn page. And then if you want to look us up on us individually up on Instagram, my handle is Tailon.Leitzsey. So if you see my name on the screen, it's TAILON.LEITZSEY. And then Logan, I don't remember your Instagram off the top.
Mine's a little bit more cheesy, but that's okay. Mine is basically _beach.
Basically _ beach.
Basically _ beach. I know, like I said, it's cheesy. I came up with it last minute, so I'm sorry, but it sticks. It sticks.
All right.
So he's on the business page more than he's on his personal. So if you DM us on the business page, you'll get a hold of Logan most likely.
That's true.
So we got more questions from the audience. Next question: how do you join your community? I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with what you just shared.
Yep. So just go to the website and all the information is on there. You can read about the community, about what we do. Like we said at the beginning, forex is part of what we do. We do a lot more than that. But that is also something that we do offer. And the get started button is literally first button you'll see on the page. If you're ready to just join right now, you can do that. So
excellent. And I'll definitely type your contact information in the chat and in the description of the video. So definitely go on YouTube, find Finland Live, and subscribe, like the video. If you got any value out of this, go ahead and let's see those hearts. Let's see those thumbs up. If you got any value today, we really do appreciate Tailon and Logan for being on today. I know they have a busy schedule, so for them to take time out, we really do appreciate you guys. And so any last closing words that you want to leave with the audience?
Go ahead, Tay. You got this one.
I'm rolling. I would say, from the forex side of things, if you're really looking to do this, if you need some guidance, contact us, and we'll direct you. Even if it's not joining us, we'll kind of send you off in a direction so you can get started somewhere. But just financial education in general, if you need help, please, this is something that we love to do. We want to help see people in better situations. What we do, we're not everybody's going to be a billionaire, and that's okay. But everybody deserves to have a better quality life. So that's what we're trying to produce, teach people how to turn your 9-to-5 job money and take some of that money and start turning it into more money that's working for you. So you can just not be relying on a check to feed your family, So if you have kids, start teaching them early. That's something else soon. Be on the lookout in March, April. We're gonna have something for the youth, 18 and under, for free event that we're gonna do virtually. Just start building that basis on financial literacy. So be on the lookout for that as well. But yeah, that'll be the biggest thing. Just start learning and apply the knowledge now so you can start changing your situation.
Yeah, I would say real quick, without taking too much time, in forex, you're going to lose. You're going to win some. You're going to lose some. Like Tay said, be sure that you practice and get good. Really treat this as an investment, right? It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. This does work. It can pay your bills. It can set you up very nicely for the future. With that being said, you need to treat it as such. Something that someone told me one time was, why would you treat this opportunity any different than you going to college to go and get a degree? What's the difference? You spend 20, 30 hours a week studying, getting better at your craft to try and better yourself to get a piece of paper that says, hey, I did this. Well, think of forex as the same way. You got to devote the same amount of time, effort, and energy in order for you to become successful. And
you get the real sheet of paper that matters, right?
Right, exactly. And it's crazy because, I didn't get to where I was in 2 weeks. Tailon didn't get to where he was in.
Oh, y'all don't even know.
It's been.
I used to call Logan all the time. Hey, bro, I'm done with this. I'm not investing no more. I'm tired of forex, but nah, for real. What he's saying is true.
Yeah, I mean, it takes time. So don't think that this is a get-rich-quick scheme or something that you can figure out in 2 days. It's not going to happen. Go in with the mindset of, okay, I'm going to go in and just learn and sit at the feet of people who are better and know what they're talking about and let me really learn about what to do. And that's it. If you can do that, you will literally change your mindset and the way that you do trading, especially with forex. Because like I said, it's 80% mental. So if you can get over that hump, the rest is easy. Everything in forex is a pattern. So if you can get over it and you can find the pattern, it's over. It's game over. So that's what
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you guys for being on, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And
Appreciate you for having us.
Absolutely.
yeah, no problem. This is fun. And hopefully we'll have you back on in the future so you could talk about some other subjects, because it sounds like we have the same mind, same mentality, that we just want to educate people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I hope you guys have an amazing day. And so thank you guys for tuning in. If you did get some value, definitely go to the YouTube station, like and subscribe it. You can find it on my website. It's www.finlitlive.com. And then it has a direct link straight to the YouTube station, or you could go to YouTube and just type in Finlit Live. And so we have amazing lineup. The rest of February is actually booked. So every Saturday at 5 o'clock, we're going to have a live. So I hope you guys tune in, get your questions answered, and hopefully get a little bit of education. I definitely learned something today, and I hope you did too. And let's get lit.